What up, world? It's your boy Chuck Woodkill, aka Charles Brown, back again for another Talking Facts. But first, I want to ask you, are you good? Good. All right, if you're good, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification button so you can get the updates on the new shows every time they drop. Mortal Kombat! Flawless victory. Did you watch the movie? Did you watch Mortal Kombat? The new Mortal Kombat? Overall, I liked it. Me and wifey watched it. Overall, I thought they got it right. I loved the dynamic of they changed some stuff. Don't get it twisted. We're gonna talk about it, but the dynamic of Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I don't remember in the game if they really had this kind of beef where I think it was like this in the game, but they added more texture to the story where he killed his family for what they never, now correct me if I'm wrong, they never explained why this guy killed Scorpion's family. They never explained it. I don't know. He wanted his bloodline for what? Like, I don't know. But he killed his family, and Scorpion goes to hell for something like 20 years or 30 years or however long it was. It was longer than that. No, it was way longer than that. He goes to hell, and he's wandering hell to figure out a way to get revenge on Sub-Zero. For killing his wife and his child. And Sub-Zero is his mission is to kill everyone in Scorpion's bloodline, and so he has a descendant, a last heir, a descendant of his bloodline. Some random kid they made up for the movie. I believe his name was Cole, right? Some random kid. I'm going on the internet like, this is not I ain't never heard of this guy. This guy's made up, right? Yeah, this guy, they made him up for the movie. They gave him Baraka's powers, right? If you paying attention, they gave this kid Cole, they gave him Baraka's powers. Like Baraka's, his whole thing, they gave it to him. They had Melina in there. They had Liu Kang. They had Jax, Sonya. They kind of mixed it up with it. Some people they didn't have, some people they did. I guess they saving people for the next one, like Reptile. A couple, it's many characters that wasn't in here. And I don't know why they chose certain characters. Maybe they're expecting a part 2 to put even better characters in there, because they missed a lot of characters that you would have thought that would have been in there from the first game wasn't in there. Like Melina is late in the series. Why is Melina in there? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like perplexing, some of the stuff they chose, but overall the movie was good. Now, Jax with the little arms, it was weird. Like Sub-Zero chopping his arms off, like breaking his arms off, that was cool. But him getting back to where he was, that whole storyline of him with the little arms, and then he finds his, oh man, that was, see, it's stuff that, so it was stuff in the movie that was good, and there was some stuff in the movie that was like, oh man, come on, man. Like this thing with Sonya Blade, right? She has to kill this guy to get the symbol so that she can fight in the tournament. It's a lot of little stuff that, so you're like, why is she here then? Why is she going through all of this if she's not able to fight in it? Why is she going through all this, right? And what's this guy with the axe? Not yet. Was it Luke Cage? No, Luke Cage is going to be in the next one, but I can't remember this freaking idiot's name with the freaking laser eye. A full-on mess. Like, how do they trust him to end up screwing him over in the end of the damn thing by letting this guy in, right? Shane Song. So I'm like, a lot of this stuff, I get it. It's a fantasy movie. It's a fantasy movie. And it's supposed to be, you know, they got to have trial and you know, opposition. But some of this stuff don't make no sense. They're not explaining. I mean, it's a video game, but they're not explaining why this tournament is so important. They tell you, oh, it's for the fate of the universe. He could take this world. Why don't they just take the world? What does he need the tournament for? Well, why do we need a tournament to give me permission to come and take the world? You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff just, it could have been more flushed out. It was more about the looks of the movie, just, you know, the fighting and things like, and I get it. They did a better job visually with the movie, and I think that what they couldn't make up for, they just didn't try, right? They just didn't try. And I get it that it's supposed to just be, you know, fantasy, you got to suspend belief, but some of the stuff just went too far. And, you know, I'm all for, you know, fantasy fighting and things like that, but I think that what should have happened is they probably should have put more into, instead of this Cole guy, right? I think we had a pretty good story without Cole, but I think they needed someone with a family to throw into the mix to make the good guy or what have you. And they never really tell you why he's supposed to like Cole at all. So it's like, I don't know. Some of the characters they introduced, like, why do we care about Sonya Blade? Why do we care about Jax? Like, they're just figures that came with the game. And it kind of don't make no sense that Sonya Blade is out here really dolo. Her and Jax, they have no backup. They have no, like, who do they call when they, okay, we solved the case. Who do we call? What are you out here for? Who's your headquarters? Who's your boss? Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff just, it didn't make no, we just here. And I'm going to bring this guy back to my trailer and all. Like, it just, you know what I'm saying? It's just goofy. But overall, man, I like the fighting. I like the cinematography. I like the scope of it. But as far as storyline, it wasn't much better than the first one, as far as storyline. But again, like I said, I can watch it and suspend belief. So as far as like the Japanese parts were amazing. What they did with Sub-Zero and Scorpion, that storyline, honestly, that could have been the movie in and of itself, right? But I think when they sent him to hell and he's going through hell and comes at the end, I think they knew, like, this is going to be a ridiculous movie. It ain't going to really make no sense. So we're just going to roll with this. Like, he goes to hell and comes back. I figured out how to, you know, it's just like, it's ridiculous. But overall, man, it's a good watch. If you're like someone who likes to watch stuff that is action-packed, it has like gore, a lot of blood, a lot of gore, you know what I'm saying? And stuff that you can just check out for an hour and a half, hour 45. You ain't got to try to too much plausible, you know. It's a video game movie, bro. It is what it is. My son goes, they're saying that this is the first video game movie that was worth watching. I was like, I thought they just said Sonic was the first video game movie. He's like, well, that was Sonic. That doesn't count. I'm like, of course it does. Sonic was one of the first video game movies that actually people liked, right? This Sonic that just came out. But anyway, man, let me know what you think in the comments. Did you like Mortal Kombat? Was it stupid? Did it make any sense at all? Did they forget some characters that we really wanted to see? Would you watch the second one? Let me know what you think, man. My name is Chuck with Kills. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.